Hello everyone, welcome to Carry On Learning. So today we are going to learn about a very interesting and enjoyable topic which is the circulatory system. So without further ado, let's get started. So circulatory system is a life support system that provides our body cells with food and oxygen. It takes away waste products from the body cells. It is a system of vessels which connects all the cells, tissues and organs of the body together. It is a transport system in animals, including humans. So let me tell you, just like the transport system in humans and animals is the circulatory system, just like that, in plants, their transport system is the vascular system, which is again an important point. So let's move to the next topic. So now, here are the main parts of the circulatory system, which are the heart, the blood and the blood vessels. So we know that the heart is a very important part of the circulatory system as well as our body. The work of the heart is to pump the blood, and if it stopped doing that, we would die. Blood. Functions of blood are as follows. It regulates the body temperature. It removes waste products from the body. It transports oxygen and nutrients to each and every part of the body, and it protects our body from various infections and diseases. And blood vessels are those which transports blood. So now let's move to the next topic, which is the heart. So heart is the size of a fist and somewhat cone-shaped. It has thick walls of cardiac muscles, which means that the heart is made up of the cardiac muscles. It is four-chambered with two auricles and two ventricles, and we are going to learn about them later on. It is divided into two halves by a thick muscular septum, which prevents mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Now here is the position of the heart. So what we are learning from our previous classes is that our heart is located in the left side, but that's not completely true because the heart is located in the center or in the middle, but its pointed part, which is called the apex, is slightly tilted towards the left. That is why we say that the heart is located in the left. But now you know that the heart is located in the center and its pointed part is tilted towards the left, and its broader part is called its base. So let's read this para. The heart is located in the thoracic or the chest cavity between the lungs. It is slightly tilted towards the left. So we saw a picture in the previous slide which showed that the heart is located between the lungs. For your concern, let me show it to you again. So here you can see that these are the lungs, and between them here is the heart. So let's move on. Here is what is a heartbeat. So the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of auricles and ventricles is known as heartbeat. Human heart beats about 72 times per minute. So now here's one more topic, which is the pulse rate. So let me tell you about that. So pulse rate is the throbbing movement in the arteries, which is caused because of the blood which flows in the arteries under a great pressure. And we can also feel it in the inner side of the wrist, in the radial artery. And the pulse rate is 72 times per minute. So let's move further. Here is the exterior of the heart. So let's have a look. This is the superior vena cava, right atrium, right ventricle, inferior vena cava, aorta, pulmonary trunk, or we can call it pulmonary artery, left atrium, pulmonary veins, left ventricle. Now, here is the interior of the heart. So let's read about it. So the superior and inferior vena cava brings the bad blood or the deoxygenated blood or the blood which contains carbon dioxide in it to the right atrium. Then after the blood reaches to the right atrium, it moves to the right ventricle, But before that, this valve have to get open, which is called the tricuspid valve. So when this valve gets open, the blood from right atrium moves to the right ventricle. After reaching the right ventricle, the blood have to move to the lungs. To do it so, the blood takes the help of pulmonary artery. So through the pulmonary artery, the blood reaches the lungs. But before doing it, this valve, which is called the pulmonary valve, have to get open. So when it gets open through the pulmonary artery, the blood reaches the lungs. So when the blood reaches the lungs through pulmonary artery, it returns to the left atrium through the pulmonary veins. And the blood is now filtered, which means it is oxygenated and clean. It contains oxygen. Through the left atrium, it now reaches the left ventricle by the opening of mitral or the bicuspid valve. When the blood reaches the left ventricle, it moves to the aorta by the opening of this aortic valve. When it moves to aorta, it then moves to all parts of the body. To learn it, we have a chart for it. We can write right auricle here, left auricle, right ventricle and left ventricle. So now if you are confused in between auricles and ventricles, first of all, atrium is also called auricle, and A point towards the top, that is why they are in upper boxes, and V point downwards, that is why they are in these boxes. So now let's move on. Now is the blood. So it is a red colored viscous fluid. It flows in the blood vessels. It has two components, plasma and blood cells. Plasma is a yellowish fluid. It removes CO2, which is carbon dioxide, from cells and transports it to the lungs. It also carries urea from the body cells to the kidneys. Now are the blood cells. So there are three types of blood corpuscles or blood cells, which are RBCs, WBCs and platelets. So the work of RBCs is to transport the oxygen, and it contains a pigment called hemoglobin. So when hemoglobin and oxygen combines, they form oxyhemoglobin, which gives RBCs the red color. Now is WBCs. WBCs are called soldiers of the body because they protect our body from infections and diseases. Platelets. Platelets synthesize vitamin K and helps in the clotting of blood. So now are the blood vessels. And to learn them, we can have this kind of a figure. So the arteries are those vessels which brings the blood from the heart and transport to the body organs, and veins are those vessels which transports the blood from body to the heart. And let me tell you that, and in veins, valves are also present, which ensures that the blood moves in only one direction. In arteries, there are no valves present because the blood which flows in them are under great pressure. And let me tell you that the longest artery in our body is the aorta, and in vein it is the vena cava. It's again an important point to note down. So now when we are done with the last topic also, and we are done with the circulatory system, let me thank you all to watch this video. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. For more such videos, subscribe my channel. Thank you. Welcome to Carry On Learning. So today we will be doing a quiz on the topic of the circulatory system and the heart. And if you haven't watched the previous video on this topic, then make sure you watch it, because most of the questions which I will ask in this quiz are related from that video only. So let's get started. But before that, let's have a look at the rules of this quiz. So here are the rules. You will have only 5 seconds to answer the questions, and you have to tell your answers in the comment box. So let's get started. So here is our first question, which is, which vein is the only vein which is rich in oxygen? And your options are left atrium, vena cava, pulmonary vein, or aorta. Remember your time limit. You have just 5 seconds to answer this question, and your time starts now. So the time is up, and the answer for this question is option number C, which is the pulmonary vein. How? See, in MCQs, to know the answer, the best way to know the answer is to eliminate the options. So we will be eliminating the options. First option is left atrium. Eliminated. Why? Because left atrium is a chamber of heart, not a vein. And they are asking us about a vein. So the next option is vena cava. It is definitely a vein, but it brings deoxygenated blood from the body parts to the heart. So eliminate it. The last option is aorta. It is an artery and they are asking us about vein. So this cannot be the answer. The option left, which is left, is pulmonary vein. So the answer will be pulmonary vein, and it brings oxygenated blood from lungs to the heart. Now let's move to the next question, which is how many chambers of heart are there? It is very easy. I don't think so you need that much time to answer this question, but still your time starts now. And the answer for this question is option number D, which is 4. Just remember this by this kind of a chart. I have told this in my previous video also, that's why I'm asking you to watch it again, so that you are clear with what I explained in that and you will be able to answer the questions. Now there is the third question for you. What carries oxygen rich blood and nutrients away from the heart to all parts of your body? Options are blood vessels, artery, vein, or capillary. Your time starts now. And the answer for this question is option number B, which is artery. See, blood vessels cannot be the answer because it includes all these three. Vein brings deoxygenated blood from the body parts to the heart, so it cannot be the answer. Capillaries connect arteries and vein, so it can also not be the answer. So the answer will be arteries. Now let's move to the next question, which is veins differ from arteries in having. Means what do veins have that arteries don't? And options are thin valves, taking blood away from the heart, or both first and second. To answer this question, your time starts right now. So the time is up, and the answer for this question is option number D, which is both first and second. How? See, definitely veins do have thin walls. The next option is valves. Yes, veins do have valves because the blood in veins is not that much jerky, means it do not move with that much pressure, so it needs valves so that the blood can move into one direction only. Arteries don't have any valves because the blood in arteries do moves with great pressure, so we do not need any valves. Now let's move to the next question, which is to reach the left atrium of heart, the blood must pass through. So the answer for this question is lungs. See, you should learn this question on your tips, and that's why I didn't give you any timer or anything. This was a really easy question. So the answer is lungs, and I think there is no need to explain this to you. Now let's move to the next question, which is which of the following statement is false? Please focus on the word false. Your options are, first statement says that blood in the pulmonary vein is deoxygenated, blood in the inferior vena cava is deoxygenated, blood in the pulmonary artery is deoxygenated, and the blood in the aorta is oxygenated. So what's the answer? And your time starts now to answer this question. So your time is up, and the answer for this question is option number A, which is blood in the pulmonary vein is deoxygenated. It is definitely false, because pulmonary vein brings oxygenated blood from the lungs to the left atrium. So it is wrong. The second statement says blood in the inferior vena cava is deoxygenated. That is true. Then is blood in the pulmonary artery is deoxygenated. That is definitely true. Blood in the aorta is oxygenated. That is also true. So these three statements are true, and the first statement is false. That is why that's the answer. So the next question for you is a part of the blood that fights against infections. It is a very easy question. Very, very easy. And your time starts now to answer this question. So your time is up, and the answer for this question is option number B, which is white blood cells or white blood corpuscles, WBCs. So now when we are done with today's quiz, let me thank you all to watch this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. For more such videos, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell for getting updated whenever we will put a new video. Thank you for watching. Stay home, stay safe.